that time, probably they will have done, and people will be like, oh, these guys did something. They built the roads and all that. But you will have forgotten exactly these 2 years that you've suffered, or 3 years. We don't know. But what I would like to tell Kenyans is be alert. Don't forget your history. Don't forget what is happening now, how you're suffering, and how much you're losing. And please, if you have to vote, vote wisely and don't vote emotionally. Thank you so much, Mizani and Eli, for the mic, and God bless everyone.
Thank you very much, Japonji. Very collected, and you've made your points. And I believe most of us resonate with what you're saying. And before we forget anything or everything, I would love for us to take a moment and just take the words of the Prime Cabinet Secretary, because when he speaks, it means the government is speaking. Well, I'll assume so.
Our people, katika mambo ya hospitali, SHA is still not yet perfect. The social health arrangement is not perfect. Haijakuwa sambamba kabisa. Bado kuna matatizo. Mimi kama mmoja ambaye yuko kwa serikali, sitaki kuficha niseme everything is all right. I would be lying. Na watu wa Mlaba walinifunza hapa kwa soko, hata kama ni mbaya tuambie tu, lakini usitudanganye.
Now, it's amazing how Musalia Mudavadi noticed that SHA is having problems. It is also amazing the fact that government, through the Prime Cabinet Secretary, who is supposed to be making sure that the ministries are working to perfection, is telling us kuna matatizo hapa na hapa. I mean, Bonnie, I don't want to talk economics, neither I don't want to talk philosophy, but I'll give you an opportunity to answer, Mr. Mudavadi. You have 2 minutes.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, Bonnie. Proceed.
Yeah, so when you look at this government and you look at a lot of things that they do, they, the only way to make sense of it is that things are done with the primary objective of making money, right? And so let's take a look at, for example, the Adani situation, right? If you are in government and you're honest and you're trying to solve a problem, right? They told us they were trying to solve the issue of the airport, right? All of us, when we go to JKA, we can see that it needs to be upgraded. But it is one thing for us to recognize that it needs to be upgraded. And it's another thing to decide who's going to do it. So when you identify a need, and you're an honest government that's trying to do the right thing by your people, and you go out and you advertise that you're looking for partners to help upgrade it. If you have nothing that you're trying to achieve other than serving the people, other than facing whatever issue that you've identified, then you're going to be open to anybody doing the job. Like, you're not going to spend months trying to essentially serve as the PR of a firm. And so you saw the president running around, sending his CS and other people in government, essentially serving as the PR arm of Adani. Why will a government do that? If I'm honest and I'm a government, as soon as I find out that there's an issue with the company that you're trying to work with, you say, you know what, drop everything down. We need to get to the bottom of this. You guys have heard me talk about the fact that, when I'm not researching the corruption issues in Kenya, I'm an economist. And for me to take a client, to accept a client, we go through a very lengthy process to investigate this client, make sure that we understand where the client functions, where do they have offices, who are their owners, what kind of reputation do they have. We spend a lot of time. I mean, it takes days to even come back to the client. And this is a client that's paying you, right? But we're not going to use our name, our good name that's been built up for 200 years, and lend it to a corrupt organization. So we are very, very clear that The fact that you're going to pay us means nothing. We need to be able to make sure that we are fine with you being associated with us. When I give you that memorandum of that report that has our company's name on it and I have my name affixed to it, I want to make sure that I've done everything that I need to do to make sure that I do not get embarrassed. So why is it our government does not do that? You look at, for example, this SHA situation. It doesn't work. I mean, I'm in Texas, and I'm not, I'm not someone who's looking for issues, but I'll talk to someone over the weekend and they tell me, I'm having some issues. Send me money because SHA is not working. I mean, it doesn't work. All of us know that, but the government insists that it's working. Why? Why would they do that? Why would the government insist that something is working when it's not working? So they push down all these things because, again, the primary objective is not really to serve people. Someone is making some money somewhere, and they're going to make sure that they push it down, whether or not you want it. So that's the way you need to look at this, because a lot of things that they do not make any sense other than someone is making money somewhere. I mean, I hate to tell you, but that's what it is, So a lot of things are not going to be able, you're not going to be able to make sense of a lot of things that the government is doing until you realize that someone is making money somewhere. That's the only way to make sense of it. I'm sorry to break it to you that way.
Bonnie, always a pleasure having you here. And of course, quite an interesting week ahead, and come to next week where I am quite informed that the diaspora department will be launching the diaspora policy for the next 10 years. And I'll be more than happy to be attending that event to see just how that goes. In the meantime, the diaspora is also meeting the JLAC that is the JLAC committee, the Senate, to discuss more on the voters' rights of the Kenyan diaspora. So I don't know how that turns out, but I can tell you for free, you don't want to miss the Mizani ya Ustawi annual conference that will be happening from the 13th to the 14th of March 2025. If you haven't signed up, there's still last opportunity for you to do so, but that's now left only for virtual spots. All the physical spots are filled up. We will be more than happy to have you join us virtually. The link is on the Jumbotron, or you can visit our website, mizani254.org, and be part of our delegate team. Until then, I just want to wish you a great night, and it has been a pleasure being part and parcel of your evenings, hoping to continue these conversations, because for us, the bigger picture is we must have purpose-driven leadership. Until next time, on behalf of my team, everyone that made this a possibility, all the speakers, the listeners, and the contributors, we don't take your time for granted.